everybody in their Christian walk arrives at this point where they're just like God, Christianity, this entire thing, and everybody related to it. I'm so done. I'm so sick of it. You get my point. I have arrived at this point a couple of weeks ago. I'm not here to tell you that it gets better. I'm not here to give you a solution because I don't think a solution exists, honestly, because that's how I feel right now. I'm just here to tell you you're not alone, and I'm here to tell you and will show you how it feels. So, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Godly Grain. Here we make content about all things Christianity related. We cover theology, Eastern Orthodoxy, Anglicanism, and things like this, which I just categorize as average Christian walk or experiences of an average Christian. And this is one of those experiences. So I grew up Eastern Orthodox and now I'm Anglican, and that's basically everything you need to know about me. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with my upload. I want to do a couple of things with this video. First of all, I want to share my experience and why I am at this breaking point and why I am now like this and everything, and I'm so done and I want to walk away and abandon God and all of that. Well, that's what the first thing I want to do. The second thing I want to do is I want to encourage you to also share your experience, and I want to reassure you that this is something that's completely fine to feel. Your feelings are valid, and I want you to share your experience in the comment section, if you are willing, of course, why you hate God or this entire walk or whatever else. And the third thing I want to do is hopefully to get you reassured that you're not alone and that a bunch of us go through this type of thing, through this extreme suffering and whatnot. So let's get into the video. I'm gonna give you a quick recap of how I ended up here and why I am making this video and what exactly made me reach this point where I'm absolutely reconsidering everything and I'm hating God and Christianity and whatnot. So let's recap that. In the last 2 years, me and my wife have experienced insane financial instability, and I mean it to the point of where we had only one meal per day type of thing. It's sometimes. I don't know if it was sometimes. My memory is not the best. Maybe, I don't know, 30% of the time. Doesn't matter, you get the point. We didn't know if the bills are gonna get paid. We didn't know if our subscriptions are gonna be paid, like essential subscriptions like iCloud, where we store our photos, videos and whatnot. I digress with the irrelevant details, but anyway, stuff like that. We didn't know if rent was gonna be paid, and we basically, there was a period also where we didn't intake any meat and our health suffered as a consequence. We've had various health issues. Even now we got health issues. For example, we both don't have money to go to the dentist. We don't have money to get eyeglasses. I mean, I have these, but they're completely banged up and scratched up and almost 10 years old at this point, and I need new ones. My wife doesn't even have any, even though we're both short-sighted. There have been barely any customers because I'm a photographer slash videographer slash content creator slash just call it a creative person. She has her own thing also which she does, barely any customers. There have been no jobs, and trust me, I have done plenty of job applications. Even now I'm doing them and absolutely no jobs. Nobody. The best thing I get is the so-and-so employer reviewed your application, and that's it. No response. I got one response, and that response basically died out the moment I asked for the salary and the working conditions, because the listing didn't really have all of those listed out, and I never got a response back, and absolutely zero interviews. Then my father died. That was like 2.5 months ago, something. That was on the 25th of May. I don't know when this video is going to go live. And of course, because I was brought up Eastern Orthodox and my family is Eastern Orthodox, but now I'm Anglican, conflict ensued. My father was buried Eastern Orthodox, which I'm fine with since he died in a repentant state as an Eastern Orthodox Christian. However, me being Anglican and being anti-ecumenical, there was a lot of conflict with my mother. Because she's Eastern Orthodox, she wants to keep all those rituals, traditions, however you want to call it. and I refuse to participate in the liturgy and anything related to Eastern Orthodoxy, since I'm anti-ecumenical. Ecumenism is only possible within Protestantism, and when I say Protestantism, I mean the historical definition of Protestantism, which leaves us with Lutherans, Anglicans, and the Reformed. Everything else is not Protestant. Sorry, not sorry. Magisterial Protestants are the only Protestants, since Protestantism came about as a response to the corruption in the Roman Catholic Church. There's a difference between the Roman Catholic and Catholic. We are a Catholic, but we're not a Roman Catholic. And as such, those who have cooperated with the magisteriums to deal with that and to also take over are Protestant. Everything else is just not Protestant. I have to get that out of the way. It always pisses me off how they toss in Methodists, Baptists, Evangelicals, and all sorts of things into the Protestant label, when that is just not a historic definition of it. Or historical, how do you say it? Not a native English speaker here. Anyway, I digress. So of course there was conflict, which caused quite a strain in our relationship, which I'm fine with, but of course, you know how old people are, they don't like to change their ways, they think they know best and all of that. And I'm not willing to compromise, because I'm anti-ecumenical, and I don't think we should compromise on justification by faith alone, and all those things, the sola scriptura and whatnot. I have other videos on this, why I left Eastern Orthodoxy, you can watch them if you want. And at this point, the newest addition is, since my wife is not a citizen where we live, I'm Eastern European by the way, the deadline is coming up for me to get her paperwork done. And paperwork and bureaucracy, as always, involve fees that need to be paid. And I don't have the money for it. So at this point, there is like a month left, I think, to get that done. Otherwise, she can stay here. Which means my family will potentially get broken up. My marriage, so to say, which was done properly in the church, by the way, will get broken up because of bureaucracy and money and whatnot, which is just insane to me. So I have reached this point. Now you know how I have reached this point. I have reached this point where I'm just like, God, basically, I'm sorry, but you, Christianity, and all of this. Because this is just not fair. I am trying my best. I'm legitimately trying my best. And there is just no progress. Nothing is moving. If nothing is going to move, or there is something I'm supposed to learn or whatever, at least I want to know what I'm supposed to learn, or if nothing's moving, I want to know like why is nothing moving. Can I at least get a reason for it, instead of my prayers just being ignored. My prayers have been ignored for 2 years. When I pray for financial stability or a job or customers or clients or whatever, gets ignored. But whenever I pray for anything else, it gets fulfilled, which is the worst thing of all. So this prayer for financial stability is getting ignored. And it's not like I'm asking for private jets, yachts, to be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. I'm not asking for that. I'm not even asking to own a property. I don't want to own a property. I want to rent, because that's more convenient. You can move whenever, wherever, without anything tying you down. I'm just asking for some decent income so I can walk into a store and not have to calculate if I buy a certain food item that I'm not gonna be able to pay the power bill this month, or the water bill, or whatever, or the internet bill, and to be able to not to worry about bills. That's what I want for my income. And to, of course, be able to travel, not abroad, just around my country, to another city every, like, I don't know, 2-3 months. Which is 1/10 of your median salary where I am. So that's an extremely small amount of money to travel. That's literally what I'm asking for. That's what I would be content with. And that, for some reason, is not getting answered for 2 years. And I'm losing hope. This channel that I started to do all of these things, document the life of an average Christian, dabble in theology, make entertaining content, collaborate with my wife also, because she also has a channel sometimes. I wanted to ditch this, because I'm like, this spreads Christianity, and I've been here busting my butt, because I don't really have, it takes a lot of time to make videos, and a lot of research and whatnot. It takes effort. I've been busting my butt. and I got nothing in return. Now I'm not making these videos because, I want something in return, I want to get monetized, I want money. No. I make these videos because God saved me. And because God is in my life. None of us can repay God for everything He has done for us, but still, if I'm doing a bunch of things, if I'm trying to live the life the correct way, which is basically what the scriptures say, how you should live your life the Christian way, and all I get is more suffering and more evil upon me. At a certain point, you start to think like, well, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So why am I praying over and over again, expecting different results, that I'm gonna get delivered from my situation finally and hell, and not worry about getting homeless or having around 1.5 terabytes of data wiped from iCloud, or having my internet bill shut off, or not having anything to eat today, even though I'm accustomed to fasting. What's the point? That's why I'm at this crossroads, and I'm just like, I know I have strayed off the path, since I used to reject all worldly mediums. I didn't doom scroll before, I didn't binge watch things on YouTube, I didn't binge watch movies or TV shows, but in the last 2 months since my dad died, I have done all of those things. Because nothing is moving, my life is not improving, no matter what I do and no matter how hard I pray or fast or put in effort, nothing is moving or progressing. So I was like, I might as well just binge watch all these things, lay in bed and rot and waste my life away. Because I see either way, whatever I do, my life is not going to progress, it's not going to work out. Might as well ditch everything, what's the point? And that's what I have been doing for the last 2 months. Of course, I've been applying to jobs and whatnot, but still, as expected, no results. Even at the moment of recording this video, there is no results. So for you who's watching this, I don't know what you are going through and why you are mad at God, or why you wanna quit this, because I wanna quit this. The only thing that's holding me back is that I know the truth, so it's not that easy to walk away from the truth. And I always, even before God, and when I say before God, I always believed in God. I'm just saying this in the sense of before I really committed to this thing, to Christianity. Even before that, I was always very strict on not compromising on my morals and ethics. And the moral and ethical thing to do is to be a Christian. That's the moral and ethical thing to do, so I'm in this conundrum. I want to walk away, honestly. At the same time, I don't want to compromise on the morals and ethics and on the right thing to do. But I'm just getting tired of thinking about it. I'm exhausted and burned out. And I just want things to work out. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen, the way I see things. And I'm a very anxious person also, which makes this thing worse. It makes me more annoyed at God in this current situation. Because even if He does come in to swoop in and save the day, in the last second, I'm gonna still be mad. Because my anxiety is through the roof. Because I don't know what's gonna happen. I like predictable outcomes. I like predictable things. And that's not something you get when you sign up for this. You get everything being unpredictable. You give up control and all that, and that's not something I'm a fan of. So I don't know what you're going through. Maybe you're homeless and somehow watching this, which is weird to me, but okay. I can't comprehend that. Maybe you're hungry right now and starving. Maybe you're in the same situation like me. Maybe you had to move in back with your parents. I don't know. But I want to tell you, I'm not here to comfort you or to give you a solution, because there is no solution, there is no comfort. Whatever I say or whatever people tell us in the sense of, God's got your back, God's gonna make it work out, all that, both you and me know it's just gonna piss us off more, if you're anything like me. Those type of things, they just piss me off more and make me more mad at the entire situation. Because what I want is a solution and I want it right now. And that's not how God works. And that's another annoying thing. It just isn't. So I'm here, hopeless, and I got no idea what I need to do. Because I've exhausted every option. And regarding the financial situation, I'm not even asking for I don't know what. I got plenty of skills. I've spent 5 years being a photographer. I've spent the last 3 years doing video work and creating content. I know how to create scripts. I know how to edit videos. This is gonna be just cut up and basically that's it, because this is gonna be a long video, just me talking, so it's not really meant to be something fancy, but I can edit nicely. I do so in short videos. I know how to do short form content. I know how to do long form content. I know how to interpret analytics. I know how to manage social media accounts. I know how to color grade, color correct, work with log footage, with raw photos. I know how to process audio. I know how to do noise reduction in audio, how to I even forgot all the steps I do, man, because I've automated so many things in whatever. I know how to do all those things. So I'm skilled. I'm fit for a lot of roles. For marketing assistants, for photographers, editors, video editors, content creators, content specialists, digital marketing. I'm skilled for a lot of roles. And I can't land any single one of them. And I have a pretty long CV, man. I got videos I can show. I got photos I can show. I got results I can show, but nothing. It's just nothing. That's really infuriating. I don't know if we are in a recession or whatever, but I digressed. What I want you to realize is this is fine. And you should vent to somebody. I'm venting to the internet right now and ranting about it. You should vent in the comments here, or just to somebody, or in prayer. And what you should do is, what I still do, and I advise you to do if you are willing, I don't even care at this point, I still show up and pray. I still show up and read the scripture. Even though I'm mad at God, I still show up. I don't feel anything. It's just a mechanical ritual I do every day. Actually twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Since I'm Anglican, we have the morning and evening prayer. That's what I do. Even though I don't feel like doing it, and even though I don't care if he hears me, I just still show up and I do it because it's part of my routine and it's my obligation, and it's what I've been doing since pretty much day one of being Anglican. I still show up and do these things, and I still fast. Though very rarely now, since I'm just burned out, exhausted and whatnot. What I would love most in this world is just to know why. Why am I being ignored and why is my prayer not answered? That's everything I want to know. Yeah, at certain points now I even feel like, I doubt, I'm like, are you even real? And I have seen some things, I have seen some serious things, some serious supernatural things that I have seen and experienced. And even though I remember all that, and I can picture it even to this day, in the previous 2 years, everything I have experienced and seen and heard, I still sit here, I'm like, was all of that just a hallucination? Do you even exist? Is this real? That's how bad it has gotten. And if you were to ask me why am I still here, why am I making this video, why do I still believe, I don't even know if I believe anymore, honestly, why do I still pray and do all these things, I'll tell you, I got no idea, man. I don't know how this video is even gonna help you, it's just me ranting and venting. But to explain to people why I haven't been gone, also, the recurring viewers, I have been gone for 2 months because I didn't want to make content because of all these things. I have so much in my mind and I'm burned out and I'm so tired that I just don't want to deal with this. Because I feel ignored and I feel unloved and I feel like he doesn't even care. I'm open to being proven wrong. However, if he wishes so to come and finally do something about our situation. Since my biggest worry is if he doesn't show up and my wife stay here where we are gets endangered, that is not something I can get over. That is the type of event that will make me leave. The only way I would compromise on my morals and ethics and my my care about doing the right thing is if something happens to my wife. Then I can see myself just ditching the entire thing. That's my general mentality in life. You can do whatever you want to me, but you can't do anything to my wife. Because in many ways, the only reason I'm still on earth, I'm gonna phrase it like that, because YouTube, I know, is sensitive with such things, is because of my wife. You take out her out of the equation, I got no reasons to be on earth. Literally. Even though that sounds very bad. I know it sounds very bad, but that's the truth. That's how I always felt. I've always hated life. Existence is just suffering. Constant suffering. Sprinkled with some small amount of joy here and there. So that's it for this video. Now you know why I have been gone if you're a recurring viewer. And hopefully if you hate God, you're annoyed at Him, you hate the Christian walk and Christianity, now you know you're not the only one. I'm still here. What's gonna happen in the future, I don't know honestly. I would love for everything to just work out, for us to be delivered from this financial mess, and for everything to be just fine. Because I don't want to do anything drastic, or I don't want to give up hope. I just wish things would work out. It would be so nice if you could just have a button that fixes all your problems. That's it for this video. God bless you and go in peace. Have a nice day.